This year hasn't been easy for you. It's been a rhinoceros month and maybe even a year where you've really had to charge through difficulties here and overcome them. With the number 50, lots of conflict, lots of challenges, lots of feeling like the odd one out. But you dealt with it really beautiful, even though it was painful and scary, because you've been through things like this before. Maybe not in a while, but you have grown so much within this year, particularly around the spring here. We have the koi spirit, so you might have been doing a lot with very little. You might have had some money issues here, or downsizing with things, or losses, and you did a lot though. You were able to be very creative. You were able to really make the best out of the situation. It was almost like it was hard, but it was like a challenge that you took on. Like you were interested in learning, and you learned a lot about yourself. Yeah, so we have the otter spirit saying, like, be fearless and bold. Like, you really took a lot of chances. You said, okay, this is a challenge. This is a crisis. What can I do? What moves can I make? And you made some pretty big moves this year. And maybe they haven't panned out yet. But I do feel like I'm seeing the number 29 right now. Like, you're right at the cusp of something big here. And even internally, you've just grown. You look back and you realize that you really couldn't have sustained the life that you were living anyways. It wasn't making you happy here. You were feeling very burnt out and feeling very alone, and you felt like you couldn't say no. And it was your lifestyle and what was going on, even though there was so many good benefits, it also wasn't leaving you with any time to really step back and think about what you wanted or where things were going. It was kind of like an autopilot after a while. So when this tower moment came in, you have really connected to parts of yourselves that you felt like you discarded, but also with other people here that are feel the same way, connected with them in deep ways, even if it was just temporary here, and realize that you're not the only one going through these things or feeling these things. And you never really met people that were that honest before. The people you're dealing with maybe weren't as honest with the things that they were going through. Owl spirit, you see clearly now. Like, there's things you see as you look back is that you saw people, like, taking advantage of you. But now you know that you wear the crown. Now you know that you have the authority of your life, and your gifts are special, and you're not going to let people minimize or take advantage of your gifts and your good nature, especially if you're intuitive. We have hummingbird spirit. You also learn to just kind of be more present. It's like you were present before, but in a way that was kind of reckless, but now you're present in a way that's centered. So even though it's been hard, and I feel like you've been gentler on yourself and try to create as much gentleness around you, even though it's still been kind of hard. With 2026 coming in, I'm seeing that love is all around. More love is going to come in, more community is going to come in for you, playfulness, more ability to be creative, to be playful, to not take things too seriously, even if not everything's figured out. The environment around you will bring that out in you with the people that you'll be around, because they're going to be joyful themselves. They're going to be, playful, joyful, creative people. We have with the chameleon, we have act as if. I feel like you might be taking on different roles here. Some of you could be actresses and doing that, but then some of you just might be taking on different roles, like in your life or with your career or your life path or what you're doing here. They're saying continue to set healthy boundaries regardless, because you're going to be a new, new terrain, but, keep those boundaries with you that you have gained with what you were doing before too. Because, when you're new, sometimes people will pounce on you, right? Because they think you're naive. Make sure you don't stretch yourself too thin, or you don't do things that you don't feel 100% comfortable with. And kind of assess the people you're around. But this is the year that your number 6 coming out. It's 2026 coming. It says Beaver Spirit says lay a solid foundation. So this year, and the Beaver Moon just happened as well, right? And so the Beaver's all about laying the foundation. So this year, it's like you're sensing like a big change, and you're sensing like, okay, let's get really serious about this. And I do feel like things are going to come in to help you set down more of a solid foundation for your future. And you're not going to entertain things that are not going to lead you to where you really want, and aren't going to fulfill you. Like, you're not going to do something just because it might lead you somewhere. You want to make sure it fulfills you too, and it's like what you want to do here. It's going to be some more luck. And we have the koala, the rabbit, and we have the swan. So it's like you're going to have more luck this year, and Spirit has a plan. You're going to have more serendipity come in, or more guided answers and more opportunities. You're going to learn to be more guided by your intuition, your spirit guides here, in terms of the path that you want to go down. Then we have the swan. Time for a deep dive. I'm seeing you're going to learn even more about yourself. There's going to be more in-depth energy. Yeah, because we have the whale too. There's going to be more in-depth energy about your ancestry, where you came from, or what your gifts are, or what you want to do, your life purpose. There might be some secrets coming out, or things you didn't know before that you're going to stumble upon. Things that you might be entitled to here. With the whale, it's like, with the whale spirit here, it's like, yeah, like there's some wisdom coming up. You have learned from the path. There's wisdom. You may even be a mentor. We have the wolf spirit here. Turn knowledge into wisdom. So it was like you had a wolf here, almost. It feels like in terms of learning and sniffing out your instincts. And then this year's like the elephant, where you're going to be, it's not like you're going to stop learning. You know, but you've learned a lot within the last year. Even with the last month, I'm hearing. You've learned a lot. In such a, even though it was painful, the amount that you've learned here is going to be enough to really mentor people here and teach people. It will be doing things at a slower pace, but that doesn't mean that there isn't going to be leaps that are going to be happening here. I'm thinking that they want you to tend to the small things here. There's going to be a lot of magic coming towards you. What else is happening here? Continue to just know your worth here. Stay flexible. And just be excited to learn new things here, which I feel like there's going to be new courses, new situations, new people. So like things that are going to be fun to learn, and things that are you're going to be making new manifestations going into this new year. The beginning, you'll be embracing the in-between, where you're still trying to figure out where you're going with things. But I feel like you're in this energy of really wanting to stay centered and find what works for you.